Okay, first let's find the area of the large figure. And so we take this large figure right here, this rectangle, it's 15 by 14, and you do that calculation for 210. Then you take the area of this triangle. Now remember, you don't need this side at all, that's the slant. You're looking for this right angle right here. And the two numbers attached to it are 5 and 10. So it's 1/2, 5 times 10, which gets you 25. Then you line them up. 210 minus 25. You borrow, and that becomes a 10. There's a 5 right here. Now 20 minus 2 is then 18, and you get 185 square millimeters. Now you subtract the 2 because you want the blue, and then you want the red out. So what you have left over are these two. Anytime you have two on top of each other, you're going to subtract. All right, I calculated this triangle first. Doesn't matter which one you do first. The triangle right here. And you need to recognize this is 30 minus the 12 gets you 18 left over. So it's 18 by 12. A lot of y'all use that 30 and you can't do it because 30 is all the way across. And that's not how long that triangle is. So base and height are 12 and 18, and half of it gets you 108. Okay, then your quarter circle, a fourth of a circle, pi, and that's 12 times 12. 12 because that whole circle would be this big, and the radius is the 12. It's already there. Don't cut it in half again. So it's 144 times 3.14, and then divide by 4. Now these two are set next to each other, not on top of each other, so you're going to go ahead and add them up for a final answer. You must line up the decimals. That's 0.00 there, while that 0.04 is off to the side, over underneath the 00, and you get your total. All right, so let's find the area of the large first. That is this circle, so pi r squared. So we need to identify the radius. The radius is from the center out. Now this piece all by itself right here is 2. And this is half of the 4, so that's another 2. So the radius total is 4 right there. So that's why we use 4 times 4 times 3.14 for a total of 50.24. Now we just need to find the area, which is a 4 times 5. 4 times 5 right there is 20. Now you are taking that out. It is one layered on top of the other one, so it is subtraction. And you must line up that decimals. That is a whole $20 subtracted from a $50. So that's $30.24 left over. So 30.24 square meters. Okay, area of the large, and then it has that half circle chunk taken out of it. So the area of this large rectangle. Now you got to identify the pieces. This right here is 6, and that would be the radius right there of 6. So all the way across would be 6 plus 6 more, and that is a 12 by 11. So 11 times 12, 132. Now that half circle right here, 1/2 pi r squared is 1/2 3.14, 6 times 6. Don't use the 12. It's 6 by 6. And that gets you 56.52. Now to do the math, we're going to subtract out that half circle. So this piece is taken out. So what you get left over is the shaded region. So it is subtraction, must line up those decimals. Add those zeros in there if you need to see it, and start borrowing. So that's a 1, that's a 10, change it to a 9 because you need to get that over there. So 10 minus 2 is 8, 9 minus 5 is 4. Copy that decimal. Now you have a 1 and you can't subtract 6, so borrow that from there and change that to an 11. 11 minus 6 is 5, and then 12 minus 5 is 7. So that's 75.48 if you subtracted correctly. Okay, area of the large. This is a trapezoid. Trapezoid. Now, the formula is right here, 1/2 B1 plus B2 times H. So the B's are, of course, the parallel sides. So here's your B's. These two right here, which is 5 and 9. So that's your 9 plus 5. And your height, of course, dotted line. So that is the 16. So you add up and you get 14 times 16 and divide it by 2, and it comes out to 112. Okay, now we got to find the area of that triangle so we can get rid of it because we're cutting it out. It's layered on top of there. So that's a 4 by 3 and 1/2 because it's a triangle, so it's 6. 112 minus 6 is 106 square meters. All right, now you should have recognized this as just a rectangle with a triangle. So you could calculate either one you want first. I did this rectangle here. So that's a 10 by 12, gets you 120. And this triangle, which is at 8 by 12. 8 by 12. So this is 12, there's 8. And that's where you're using those two. And don't forget to divide it in half. Now they are next to each other. It's one big shaded region. So that's why you add them up. 120 plus 78 gets you 168 square yards. Retest on this will be given Thursday after school, right at 3:45 until 4:30. Make sure you have a ride home and your parents know you are going to stay. This original test must have the corrections on it, and you must have studied in order to retest. Bring it with you so that I could go over any questions you may have.